Hello and welcome to another fun and exciting point of sale related video. Purpose of this video is to show how a point of sale system can actually save you money and eliminate the need to have to hire an additional employee. Where this came about is I've been seeing news articles about retailers having to cut their hours because they can't find entry-level staff. So there's actually a solution for this. So if you are a beer, wine, liquor store and you're finding it difficult or tough to hire staff, here's something you can do instead. And it will actually generate a return on the investment after just around 6 to 7 months. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly, and there'll be contact information if you need to reach out for more details or to get more of a personal analysis. All right, let's dive in. So, Area 1. Knowing when to staff according to business demands. That should save you about 5 hours a week. And what I mean by this is if we look at the Cloud Retailer point of sale software for beer, wine, and liquor stores, there is a report that tells you sales by hour. And this will help with the staffing so you're not overstaffed during slow periods and you are staffed accordingly during the rush periods. So that's one area. We'll close that out. Hop back to our slide here. Next, Area 2, push reports. So do you have reports that you run daily, weekly, or monthly? Well, why not have them automatically run and emailed to you? And think about that. Like here's an example again in the Cloud Retailer Liquor Store point of sale software, a detailed sales report. That's probably something that you're going to want every day. There's other reports that you might want weekly or monthly, as well as other folks in your organization, like maybe your bookkeeper, your accountant, things like that. So, none of this is going to save a bunch of time all at once, but when you start adding up 10, 15, 30 minutes, an hour here and there each day, it adds up. All right, like I said, I'm going through this fast. Area 3, supplier purchase planning. I have been in, probably about 60 liquor stores since the beginning of the year. I had time with the owners. What I noticed is quite a few are still going up and down the aisles to do the ordering. I call it the dust method. If there's dust on the shelf, you order what used to be on the shelf. If there's dust on the product, you don't order it, and you probably need to discount it to get rid of it. But what if you let the POS system suggest what you need to order? How much time would that save? Here's an example again in the Cloud Retailer Liquor Store point of sale software where it shows some suggested items that need to be ordered, and that can be done based on reorder points. Basically when I get down to 5 of these Absolut vodkas, I need to order a case. Or it can be done on past sales. So show me how many Absolut vodkas I sold over the last 30 days. This is still reviewed by a human, but overall, scanning through a list is a lot quicker than going up and down each aisle and trying to figure out what you need to order. Okay. Area 4, employee security settings. So this is to help you not have to constantly address questions or override what employees can and can't do, because you can set security roles that the POS system will control what the employee can and can't do. And so that entry-level cashier probably can't do, a return or a void or a discount, but maybe you can give that sort of permission to a supervisor or an assistant manager, lead cashier, things like that. And again, in the Cloud Retailer beer, wine, and liquor store point of sale software, here's an example of how you can set those various permissions. Looks like a long list, and that's a good thing. You want to have those controls in place. As well as these are things that you set, again, according to their role. So when you do end up having to onboard someone, then it is already set for them. So again, this saves you some time not having to deal with employee errors or things like that. And actually, speaking of employee errors, next one I still see in a lot of liquor stores, don't use standalone payment terminals. I did a survey once. It averaged out there was about $48 and change in weekly losses due to employee errors. Basically, the total is $68.40, and someone enters $6.84 on the payment terminal. And then you have to spend time trying to chase down the cardholder or the customer if you can even do that. It's a mess. It's really best to have an integrated payment terminal. All right, so let's add this up. We've got about 5+ hours for getting those sales by hour data so you can schedule staff accordingly. Push reports, again, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, half hour here, half hour there, that totals 7 hours a week. I'm going to take the low end on these. If you get better results, hey, that's even more money. Supplier purchase planning, again, about an hour a day or 7 hours a week. Employee security settings, if you look at it, you probably over the course of a week spend about 7 hours dealing with errors or having to go out and override an employee setting, things like that. Integrated payment terminals, we'll take the low end there, say about 4 hours a week dealing with incorrect data input errors on those standalone payment terminals that are not connected to the POS system. So there you have it. That's about 30 hours per week, or about 1,560 hours a year. So if you have a typical entry level employee, take their wage of around $10 an hour plus what you have to pay for the employer's share of taxes and withholdings. It's about roughly $12 an hour, or about $18,720 a year. A typical upfront cost for a 2-lane point of sale system, hardware, software, and services for training and things like that, it's probably going to run about $8,000 to $10,000. So wait now, that means that the system is actually less than that 30-hour a week employee, which means after about 6 to 7 months, you're already saving. So that's kind of does two things at once. One, it means you need one less employee, if you're short on staff or it's difficult finding qualified staff or there's turnover. And two, you're upgrading technology, which is always good. There's other benefits as far as saving money and things like that. But if we look at just this hour thing, that means the POS system has already paid for itself versus that employee after about 6 to 7 months. Okay? Like I said, I was going through this fast. If you have more questions and you happen to be a liquor store, apologies for the spelling. I will correct that. It's supposed to be cloudretailer.com. You can also contact us at 888-267-7483 or email sales@right.us. And thanks for watching.